Hey, welcome back to Pokesoo Channel. This is Steve Zook. I'm going to show this chord cycle number one in D. It does have some temporary modulations and whatnot. And by the way, if you've emailed me on the 1999 3 or 4 video program or whatever, I apologize. I've just been so busy running my guitar business and working on coffeechannel.com, my other projects. I just haven't had time. So here's what I've decided to do. And again, I apologize. I haven't been able to do that. I just haven't had time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show a chord cycle, okay? And then if you want to have me, I will actually mail you or just scan it and email it to you, the actual cycle written out on chord diagrams. Okay, I'm going to charge you $9.99 for that. You can just go ahead and, if you want, you can PayPal it to me at Steve Zook, STEVEZOOK7 at PayPal.com if that's more convenient for you. And I'll just go ahead and email that out to you, or just send it to you in snail mail. Okay, but anyway, that's probably the easiest way for me to do it, because I just don't have time to put together a 3 or 4 program thing. And I always give people more than their value anyway. But I think for $9.99, believe me, it's a good situation, because this is basically what I'll do like for one guitar lesson that I charge $50 for. So it's a pretty good situation. So here's cycle 1. So it's D major 7, D sharp diminished, E minor 7, F diminished 7, F sharp minor 7, B7 sharp 5, E minor 9, A7 sharp 5, D major 7, D diminished, C sharp minor 7, C sharp diminished 7, B minor 7, B diminished, resolves to A major 7. Okay. Now the idea behind these chord cycles, the way that I teach, and kind of what I was calling the guitar ladder system, is basically learning about tension and resolution. Every chord has a direction, so like when you play, one of the best ways to practice is when you play a chord, try to then take off and resolve from there. But you kind of need a starting place. That's why I have these chord cycles. So this one, and the best way to do it is try to just, don't worry about the speed, but as you can see, it's just 4 voices, so it's kind of a study in 4-voice harmony. And what's nice about this cycle is the way the bass goes up, right? And it kind of comes down, okay? So you got nice, bass, and you can eventually add the bass if you want. And when you add the bass, you basically just use the same finger that you go to the next chord with, like here. So the next chord is second finger on the D sharp diminished. So I'll use the second finger to move the bass line up. Okay. So basically, work it like this first. If you want, then you can add the bass. It can be kind of tricky adding the bass. At first it's going to sound like this, kind of just jagged. Okay, you want to make it swing. So what's nice about this cycle, and I'm not going to analyze it right now, maybe another one, but it's basically in the key of D, but any interesting music modulates, and so you have some temporary modulations there and whatnot. And maybe I'll do another one and talk about the. Here's the deal. If you send me the $9.99, I'll either scan and email it to you, or send you, the chord, just snail mail it to you. And then I'll promise to do another video where I'll talk about the chords a little bit more, and the temporary modulations and things like that, okay? But you can probably see kind of what I'm doing here. Great cycle. Usually start my new students off with this. And of course, once you learn something like that, do it, do it in different places, all right? You can do it in different, But that's what I call chord cycle number 1 in D, although it does have some temporary modulations and has some passing chords. Like that would be a passing chord, you know, passes up to the 2 chord. Okay. 7 sharp 5. And this is so good for your technique too. I have to be careful these don't get too long. They take forever to download. So really good for your, you know, when you're first learning, you may be a little slower, but then try to practice forming the next chord in the air. Like just as you leave this chord, already be forming the next chord. You eventually want to be able to kind of snap through these, but don't worry about the speed. Just play it nice and slow and clean. Okay, get used to that. And listen to that smooth voice leading. The way, see, it's smooth voice leading because you have common tones. Anytime you have common tones, right? Anytime you have those common tones, that's called smooth voice leading. It makes a very musical sound. Okay? So I really have to be careful. These downloads can take an hour. I should probably be using my son's Mac, huh? So that's cycle number 1 in D. And I'm going to stop right there. Thanks.